I think that people go into things with like literally just so self-absorbed,
Yeah.
um, and they're not even there to hear you,
No.
and that's the thing that that I've been struggling with, that I've found a lot, is that I find that every conversation that I enter, I'm really trying to do more listening than talking, so that when I talk, it matters more,
Yeah.
because it takes into account what
That's
I've just heard.
that's how everybody goes to me, like, if you know me on a personal basis or whatever, like, people are like, you're not very talkative. Like, if I'm
Right.
in group situations, you're not very talkative. You're not this, you're not that. And it's like, it's because I'm sitting back and I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm hearing what people have to say. I Jen and I talked about it this morning. We were walking the dogs, and that's how you learn shit.
Yeah.
You listen, and you don't be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
Don't come in and think of yourself as the smartest person in the room. Like, I'd rather be the dumbest person in the room.
I like to be the
Personally.
dumbest at the beginning of the night and the smartest by the end.
Right.
Right.
Right. And you know what? If I do have something to impart, podcast movement again coming up.
Yeah.
Like, we had some great information to give to them,
Yeah.
uh, in one of the breakout sessions and stuff, and we were able to help people and do that. And
And it was only after days of taking in information and figuring out the things that we were doing that were right and were correct and did
yes,
have value to them, versus the things where we were making mistakes and needed to make changes and learn different things,
mhm,
so that when in the room on the last day, based on what we've learned and what we listened to, and
yeah,
everywhere we could go, hey, well, I hear what you're asking now and I'm understanding it,
yeah,
and I have an answer.
right,
I don't have the answer. Maybe it is, but I definitely have one,
yeah,
right? That
yeah.
deals with
I
what
mean,
you're
luckily,
saying.
luckily, ours was more technical
Yeah.
and and also um, performer performer stuff.
Right.
Where people are like, "Oh, I'm just so worried about being on camera and stuff." It's like,
I really
no,
like
just do it.
I really like Deaf Bird's comment right there. You learn so much more when you let other people have a voice.
Yep.
Um, yeah, that is everything,
I
right?
I
But
listen. Just
don't
listen.
don't fall into the habit of ignoring your voice to let everyone else have one,
Yes,
because
that's important.
I have found over and over and over again, unfortunately, that if I don't, um, at some point fight for my voice, it will not be considered.
Right.
In a lot of cases, in some cases, it will 100%.
Mhm.
But in cases where it's not, you have to know when to be like, hey, okay, I've heard you. I know that you feel like your vision or this situation we're in is really affecting you and revolving around you right now, but there are two people in the room, or there are however many people in the room, and every single person is affected by it, and every single person is affected by it in a different way, and you need to address every single person individually where they are to really figure out the solution to a problem. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, I agree with you. I freaking agree with you. Despite the fact that we have a podcast, we are the listeners. But yeah, I think, but again, it all comes back around to intent,
Yeah.
right? So the people this isn't just in a band situation, but I am going to say, just like, let's just say in a band situation, and you have a vision, done work that has allowed you to go, this doesn't work anymore. Do this. This
Right.
doesn't work. Do this. If you have a certain vision, tell people. Tell
Yeah.
people and say, this is the way it's going to work.
Yep.
And if it doesn't work, then we'll figure something else out. But like this is the plan. This is the expectation.
Yeah.
And I think that I think more people than not feel as if my way is the right way, even though I don't have any experience in that situation. Or I've had a situation where I didn't learn from that, and I'm going to just do the same thing again.
Right. Right.
And
Or
Yeah.
I feel really strongly about this right now in the moment, and I'm not going to take a second to think about it, and I'm not going to take a day to think about it. I'm going to make my reaction right now in the moment be everything.
Yep. And also, I mean, like having that said helps me a lot. You know,
Right.
like just because it's been a lot of what I've dealt with recently, where it's just like my reaction to this makes me have to affect everybody this way,
Mm-hmm.
instead of like, if you do need help, taking a deep breath, looking at the cards in front of you, and dealing with them in a smart and efficient manner.
Right.
So you can be dealt a hand and go, all right, everybody, we're gonna today or tomorrow, like let's everybody needs to fix this. Or we could go, all right, here's the hand we have. Okay, this particular card, I have to deal with it. I need help.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hand it to somebody. And instead of handing it to somebody, telling them how they're going to do it and when they're going to do that, we're going to ask them, hey, can you help me with this?
Yeah. Is this a thing you
And
can help me
then
with?
let them come back to me and say, yes, this is my plan to deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's reactionary. Everything is now. And
Very little has to be.
man, this is gonna help my therapy session on Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that reactionary, that impulse
Mm-hmm.
to respond to something right away. And I think for people who are doers, I think for them, they want to get it, respond, and be done with it.
Yep. I speaking for myself,